NCTV45, The Train, anytime on your time.
This program was provided through funding from Cedars Restaurant in Newcastle, Pennsylvania. A special thanks to Cedars, featuring Middle Eastern, Italian, and American cuisine. There you go.
And welcome to the Cedar Sports Corner, everybody. I'm Alex Laverson, and with me is our producer, Mr. Angelo Parada.
Wait, I want to shed some light on my my examples here. So just.
Oh, man, what you like grilling me or something?
Guess what? What a weekend!
What a weekend of sports indeed, and for Notre Dame fans, like our producer,
now,
it's a good one.
I don't want to say anything, but listen, Mike, I'm talking directly to you. The Duquesne Dukes, they are now going to South Dakota State to play because they won. They beat Townsend. The Notre Dame Fighting Irish, they won just as predicted.
Well, it was a close one, though.
No, wait. I explained earlier, if you go back, now please go back and watch this. If you go back, I told you that the Steelers would win the division, and it would be real close at the end. The second place team would be the Browns. What happened to the Bungles?
The Browns defeated the Bungles. And I'll tell you what, Angelo, you have been really impressive with your predictions this year.
And now they get to play the unfortunate Ravens.
Yeah.
You know? They're going to look like the Thanksgiving turkey on the table as soon as the Browns get held of them.
Well, I'll tell you what, since we're on the topic of NFL football, that Steeler game against the Broncos left a lot to be desired in terms of play calling. I
got to give you a timeout.
Okay.
Let's talk about the zone blitz, because I'm coming prepared on this. And I'm going to draw a little analogy. Notre Dame goes to SC. And the first half was relatively close. And on the telestrator, they showed the three linebackers in the middle coming up for the blitz and the defensive tackle dropping off in pass coverage.
Okay.
Now, Mike Kelly said at halftime, no problem, we got this. We know exactly what they're doing. You would think that with first and goal inside the 5 at the end of the game, with Denver running a zone blitz, that the Steelers would figure that out?
It was a few times throughout that game where I thought to myself, why didn't they just run the ball?
Well, they threw the ball over the middle into the zone. Now, I'm not trying to be Vince Lombardi here, or New Rockney, or Lou Holtz, but this is football 101.
Well, yeah, I mean, even like play calls such as, when you're at the 5 and you're throwing a fade at the goal line, I just don't understand it. Remember
that's a little desperate.
Yeah, but I mean, doing that first down. And remember last week against the Jaguars, the Steelers were able to get bailed out of that one. But again, you throw an interception when I think, you got James Conner, might as well pound it in. I know a lot of people are concerned about, Connor holding on to the ball, but still, I just feel like why try and be cute with these play calls? Is it something Ben wants? Is it something?
My point is the wide side of the field was open. If you run to the wide side with a run option pass, you're going to score.
Yeah. But remember they got rid of Haley for these types of situations. They didn't like these types of play calls in these exact situations, and here we are, a year after Haley gone, and we're still encountering the same problems as Steeler fans. So they're still doing the same things.
It's Chicago.
What's up?
It's Chicago.
It's Chicago?
Yeah. It's a band. It's a hard habit to break.
Maybe.
Jeez, oh man, I'll tell you what. There he goes again.
I don't listen to music. I listen to gospel.
Mike, say a prayer for the Steelers.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'm not in panic mode. I still think they're going to be okay.
Well, no, we're fine, but it's just
like, I just can't get, it's still happening. You get rid of Haley, it's still happening.
I don't like losing games we should win.
Yeah, and I don't like the play, I don't like play calling when you just can run in short yardage situations and you have a handful of downs, you're going to get it. I just don't.
Now, say a word from our sponsors.
Well, this is what we're going to do. We're going to take a word from our sponsors here. We are going to talk a little more college sports when we get back. So, let's take a word from our sponsors.
This program furnished by the MAD Unit, Mobile Auto Detailing. See Michael Sad at themadunit.com.
Holy snowman, it's the Turf Bar. Home of great sandwiches, appetizers, tacos, you name it, they have it at the Turf Bar. It's just the right food. You'll enjoy those special drinks. They're there too. And get that nice cold beverage, relax, enjoy the Turf Bar. If you ain't there, you should be. Hello, friends. Pinella Brothers, 1701 Hamilton Street, provided funding for this program. Great food and drink, Pinella Brothers. Bank.
And we are back. And Angelo. So even though the Steelers lost, I think you were still more excited about the Notre Dame victory on Saturday. So
now my question is, if Alabama loses, if Notre Dame lost, they drop out of oblivion.
Mm-hmm.
They're lower than dog poop. But now if Alabama loses, does that mean they get the same treatment?
I don't know, because everyone views Alabama as a super team. They should, I feel. I mean, if you're going to lose right at the end of the season, I mean, come on.
Well, yeah.
I don't think they will. I think they will win their conference championship. I hope they don't, of course.
Well, but here's the thing. They haven't played the caliber of football that they will have to play
in the playoffs.
In the playoffs here.
Mm-hmm.
Because this isn't the Citadel, folks.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't, the upper corner of Long Avenue or the Mahoning Town All-Stars. This is actually, you're going to have to play. So Alabama played their arch rival and beat Auburn. Okay. Now they're going to have to play Georgia, who is number 4. Whoever wins is in. Whoever loses got to go.
Mm-hmm. And I just don't want to see Alabama.
And if Alabama loses, that means go play Ohio State somewhere. Okay? Because you got to drop to 6 or 7. Now, if they would win, they would have to beat Georgia. And then you've got Oklahoma or Ohio State. I think Oklahoma loses to Texas. Ohio State moves up. Alabama would have to play Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't played. That would be their third tough game in a row. Auburn, Georgia, Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
Then, after that, the winner of Clemson, Notre Dame.
Well,
And if it was Notre Dame or if it was Clemson, they haven't played 5 tough games in a row.
Pickett still.
They've played peaches, apples, pears, squash, zucchini. Okay, they played a bunch of vegetables.
So you're pretty confident Clemson's going to get in. The thing is,
Clemson, I said if.
yeah, okay.
Okay.
All right.
Clemson has to stop Pitt's running game.
Now, here's the thing. Yeah, I know Pitt lost over the weekend to Miami, but that was kind of a lame duck game, I think. You know,
I agree with you.
It just wasn't. They didn't come up. They didn't. Not something they really had to worry about. So it's kind of like a lame duck
Well,
game for
not
them.
only that, is they didn't have to show anything in the game.
Yeah, and their starting center was hurt. Well, actually, that's going to hurt them the next few games.
So here's the thing. Now, if Alabama and Clemson lose, okay, does it go Notre Dame, Georgia? I already said Texas beats Oklahoma, so Ohio State. And does Michigan get back in, or does UCF go to play Notre Dame?
I think Ohio State is. It's crazy. I feel like Ohio State will always get the benefit of the doubt. So I'm predicting Ohio State will find a way in.
Well, the point is they're 11-1. Okay.
Well, yeah, with their only loss.
And if Oklahoma would lose to Texas and Georgia loses, Ohio State has to go in. They only got one loss. UCF should be in it undefeated.
They should. I agree with that.
Okay, so that's what you're really looking at. I mean, it's what can I say? It's like picking your nose, but it ain't Irish green. It's just not.
That's one way to put it.
Did you like that? It's not.
It's not. Yeah. That's
okay.
there. There's a good one.
Okay.
Yeah, listen, I hope. Go.
So I'm rooting for Georgia. I'm rooting for Pitt. I'm rooting for Texas and Northwestern.
I think I want to see that scenario happen.
Because then UCF is in.
And I'm not saying Pitt will beat Clemson, but remember they beat Clemson 2 years ago, and Pitt has the best record against top 5 teams as an unranked team since I believe 1990. They're like 4-0 or 5-0, and I'm not saying that means they're going to win, but Pitt is one of those schools.
Okay.
That finds a way.
And we have to go to these sponsors.
Yeah, we have to take a break. You can tell we're going to be talking forever about this. But next segment, we're going to talk some college hoops, maybe finish off college football. But let's take a word from our sponsors.
Today's programming is brought to you by NCTV45 and NC Radio 450, Newcastle's community television station. This program furnished by Sporting Goods, 23 East Washington Street, Newcastle. Call 724-658-2535. These fine businesses provided funding for this program. Gatherings, Town and Country, and On Target.
Hello.
Hello, we are
Hello.
back. And Angela.
Hello.
Well,
Hello.
how are you doing, Angela? I don't know what.
We'll sing the raw for the red and blue.
Angela's trying to throw me off track again, just because he can. But anyway, listen.
I'm not. I wore this shirt.
Patriot colors.
No, it's hip to be square.
Mm-hmm.
And do you know what we're coming up on?
Duquesne versus Pitt on Friday.
No, there you go.
And so those are Duke colors. Angelo.
See?
Mm-hmm.
You wore your Cleveland Brown suit, and
This is navy blue.
No, your
Yeah.
jacket's covering it up.
Well, yeah, it's a black jacket. But listen, here's
Are
the deal.
you sure?
Andrew, we should probably get right into this.
Okay.
Before you're frustrated.
Just relax, because Duquesne's going to have the full court press on those Panthers.
Well, you know what? Those Panthers, they did lose last night to number 14.
6-1. They're 6-1.
Yeah, give them credit. They're doing a lot
But
better.
Duquesne is only a one-loss team.
So I think this has the makings of a pretty good game.
And Duquesne played out at Notre Dame, and I was there. Yeah.
So it's just an exciting time for college basketball in the city of
Not
Pittsburgh.
if you're a Pitt fan.
Oh, no, I disagree. I think it's very optimistic. Listen, you have to understand.
How are you going to feel if the Dukes win?
Well, then I wouldn't be so optimistic. But
Oh, okay.
Still, I'd be happy for Duquesne because it's still a Pittsburgh school. But you have to understand, even if Pitt loses to Duquesne, it's not like they would be losing to just any team. You know what I mean? It's also
They're losing to royalty, is what he's trying to say.
In a way, it wouldn't be the worst loss. Duquesne's a good team. And I think Pitt's a solid team. Last year, they were, bottom feeder. But I feel like Jeff Capel has this, program up and running. They only lost by 1 point to Iowa last night. And they were in control for a majority of that game. So, I'm not saying that Pitt's going to be making the tournament or whatever, but I definitely think you're going to see Jeff Capel have more success with these Panthers than Kevin Stallings. So my prediction for the game Friday, I think Pitt squeaks it out at the end and beats Duquesne. I do.
Now let me tell you about the Dukes. The Dukes they beat William and Mary, they beat Radford. You guys had Youngstown State. Okay, everybody has those at the beginning of the year. I'm not worried about that. But what my point is Duquesne went out to Notre Dame, and with 4 minutes to go in the game, the score was tied. And Notre Dame did what Notre Dame does best. They just intimidated their opponent they put up that thing. Boom! Here come the Irish. Let's make noise. And Duquesne froze. So now if Duquesne learns a lesson from that, which they should, I say that the overconfident Panthers lose by 10 points.
I mean, I don't know.
Just saying.
Anything could happen. Yeah, it could. I don't think they're overconfident. I think they're pretty.
You got a pen?
Where are you going with this? No, I don't.
Neither do the Pens, because they're really playing some terrible hockey.
Well, Angelo, I said in previous shows that with hockey coaches and even college football coaches, the lifespan of a career in hockey as a coach is the turnover's pretty high. It's like you get hired to be fired. So,
well, he's going to die before Christmas if he doesn't come up with a few wins here.
Does he get fired? Do you think if they're not in playoff contention, by the end of the month, by December?
I still have confidence in him to do something, but I don't know that he makes it till February if he loses from now to the 1st of January.
Well, see, that's the thing. By the start of the new year, if they're still losing, I mean, remember when the Pens did that last time? What happened?
Chop, chop.
So, I mean, remember when Dan Bosma got hired? Same deal.
How do you feel
You went and won the cup.
about the Duquesne Dukes up in South Dakota?
I mean, I really don't know much about South Dakota.
They're like awesome.
So South Dakota basketball's pretty good.
They're playing football. See, the football Dukes are still in the FS1 playoffs. He's so confused. Notre Dame's winning. Duquesne's winning. Okay, he likes Cleveland and he can't believe they're winning.
I don't.
He
like
just
Cleveland.
wears the clothes. Okay.
There's no orange. around.
LeBron's complaining.
Angela, listen. Listen. We talked about this before. Duquesne football they're doing well. Duquesne basketball, they're doing well.
See, he's a convert.
No, but what I'm saying is, when you get your hopes too high,
LeBron not doing well.
I don't even care. Like, I'm so over that. Honestly, it's just annoying. It's exhausting. Following LeBron is exhausting. I'm kind of over him.
LeBron goes to the beach. LeBron goes to the court. LeBron goes back to the beach.
LeBron goes outside and has a Hawaiian punch. You know what I mean? It's like a news coverage. I'm over it. Listen, I'm over it. I'm rooting for all local schools in both football and basketball. You know, obviously, I'm a pick guy first. Penn State basketball, though. How about them? I know you don't like Penn State football, but you got to give credit where credit is due.
Give me
That's
an
something we haven't been
tablet.
talking about.
Give me an antacid tablet.
No, I want to know your thoughts on Penn State basketball.
It's the same as Penn State football.
Mm-hmm.
Couch potato, here we go again. Hey, you know what? No.
So you even think when they beat ranked teams, it's not that big a deal?
No, just come and play the Dukes, get back to the Steel Bowl, play Duquesne, West Virginia, Pitt, like you did before, and then you come in fourth.
Hey, but Penn State Shenango basketball, that's another story. That's a team you got to get behind. That's where I graduated from. So Penn State Shenango basketball, let's go. Let's go visit them at the Buell Center. Let's show them support, guys. But with all seriousness, I think that's a wrap for our show. And I'm looking forward to Pitt versus Clemson, the ACC title game this weekend. And I'm excited for Pitt basketball. And I'm pulling for Notre Dame.
Let's go, Dukes. Let's go, Irish.
And Pitt. Right?
Irish. See ya next time.
You guys have a good one.
A special thanks to the YMCA for caring about the Lawrence County community and providing funding for this program.